Hey, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. I'm thrilled that you're here. And today is the walkthrough of October Daily. I've made it. We've made it. If you've watched my process videos, any of them, I appreciate it. I have loved doing this project. This season was a little bit different with my kids growing up and not doing as many activities, but somehow I still wound up stuffing this album. Like, it's popping open. So I don't know how that happened, but it happened. On the front, I put some charms like I see all the cool kids do. This one has like a little bread tag. Let's see if I can zoom it in. A little bread tag to hold it on. I might fix it, might not. And then this cute little charm is from ScrappinHappyStudio. So some fun little charms there. All right, let's get started on this walkthrough. As you can see, it's all the way up to where the rings open, so it's jam-packed. So I have this fun washi tape cover with some die cuts on top. I love that. And then of course my decor photo. And then you go into kind of the reason why for the love of October, and I used various Traci Reed kits for both of these pages. This one's more of the bucket list. I actually need to go back and see how many we actually did because I don't even know. So that is the bucket list, and then on the back I just wanted to decorate it and have some fun with my supplies, so that's what I did. I had a card and then a matching flare from Jenny's shop, and I doodled some stars. So then I included some fall activities. There wasn't a lot in this album, and that's okay. They still made a spot in this album. So this is our trip to the pumpkin patch. And then I did a really fun collage because I love doing collages when it comes to lots of photos. So that's what I did here, and then I just printed it out. I didn't want to try to arrange the sizes or anything like that. So that is a really fun collage, like I said, that I came up with, and I left a little spot in here intentionally so I could add a little something. I could have just added some paper. That would have been a good idea, but didn't think of it at the time. And then in the middle is just my favorite photos that I wanted to keep at 3x4. The next one is Crafty Witch, my bestie, Veronica. Veronica creates. For the second year in a row, we did a Crafty Witch selfie, and so we did it on the first and changed our profile pictures to show this Crafty Witch photo. So I documented it, of course, with the Hocus Pocus Traci Reed kit. This was the start of October. I put together kind of a graveyard pudding for my kids. Graveyard pudding bar, I guess you could say. There's my daughter. Even my husband got in on it. And my son. Nobody took a picture of me, but that's okay. And I came up with a great way to put a custom little border with all the different die cuts, because Traci's kits always include a ton of die cuts. So this was a fun idea to come up with. And then on the back is a close-up of the graveyard pudding bar, and I put some little die cuts there in some negative space. See, I started off this album intending to do daily and then realized, you know what, I'm not going to do that. It's too hard, and I don't want to burn out from this project and then not have some momentum going into December daily. So I took the approach of, I think people were calling it October occasionally, and just winging it. Just winging it, putting in what I want and just winging it. So, but this was the second, and I got my husband to take some ridiculous selfies with me, and I made some large photo strips. These ones were all like weird colors. Like this one was like a green monster, and this was of course like Shrek. So I just put them black and white. And then some journaling. And I just made a really thick pocket with some Traci Reed papers. And on the back starts the second fall story. I just used a retired stamp set from Carrie Bradford to stamp a fall must do. And then me with my donuts. Donuts are like my kryptonite. I love donuts. And then a family selfie at the table. And then on the back, some more photos in a collage style. Because I know I'll probably do a page about this in our project life. So I just kept it simple. So this was in my prep video, Mommy Stein, and I learned how to kind of layer paper behind die cuts and put together a very intricate cut file. So I was really proud of myself, and I decided to use this to talk about my love of kettle corn in the evening. So Mommy Stein and then ... and the only cure is kettle corn. So that is like my favorite way to unwind, so I had to document that. And then I cut out some popcorn. The next one is just a story. I had dinner with my kids at the table. My husband was working late, and so we usually tend to talk about different things, and this was the conversation topic, and we were talking about what we were going to be for Halloween. So this idea right here, I started out with a huge house that was like falling off the paper, and I kept the icons the same, and I needed to shrink it down to make it more to scale, so that's what I did. So you open the door and there's a ghost, and then a pumpkin, some more pumpkins, and a spider. I mean, that's like the smallest die cut I've ever seen. But you can just open all these little windows, and it was so much fun to create. Gave a washi tape base for it and just left it there. I guess, you know, the thing is with this album, I think that there was a lot more filler pages. Like, I just had more fun playing with my supplies and coming up with filler pages. So that's probably... This was the great debate for TV with my kids having a big age difference. It can be kind of hard and tricky to find things that they both agree on. But we found this really awesome classic Donald Duck cartoon, and you can kind of change the channel by pulling it out, and then we also watched Scooby-Doo. So that was a lot of fun to make, and I just got the TV file from an Allie Edwards kit. So the next page couldn't be the Would You Rather. So my daughter showed me this amazing drawing that she did, and I asked her really nicely if she would color it. And she said she would, so she colored it, and I just adhered it down, and she signed it and dated it, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So this is the Would You Rather. This is another fun one that I had a lot of fun with. With soccer being most of our evening activity, it's hard to do things in the evening, so I came up with this when I did a Pinterest search. Would you rather eat all your candy in one night or eat one piece every day for a year? And then we all said one piece. So I just put in a little question for all of these. Would you rather be wrapped up like a mummy or sleep in a coffin for a week? And then all the answers are on the back. So had a lot of fun with this one and coming up with this one. So this was another filler spot because the Pioneer page had to be on the right side. It had to be. So I made a magical bookshelf, which I just absolutely love coming up with this and using my stamps in a different way. Like, these are hexagon shapes, but I used them more as terraniums. So I had a lot of fun with that. And then you know how you can put like wood signs on your shelves? That's what I used that for. And then I put some potions on there as well. I first saw this idea with Elise from Feed Your Craft, the owner, and I just knew I had to make something that was like that. I just had to. Okay, stepping back in time, my daughter dressed as pioneers. Another filler page where I documented our decor, but that is a story I wanted to make sure to include. And I found this banner, so I kind of ran with that color scheme. And I matted my outline of my title, added in some ghost. So this was a story about the weekend because my bestie came to visit, and the kids had the most amazing soccer games ever. They both scored a goal, they both had an assist, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful time with Uncle. So I just did a 3x4 page protector. The next day we went to the movies, so I found a movie shot online and cut out this title, Ghoul Squad, and I just used a retired kit from Traci Reed. I think it's called Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun, and I scrap lifted Veronica for her design and the tickets over here. So this one is October 10 everyday stories that I wanted to include, and you just flip it up and then you see a little journaling spot. So just 10 everyday stories. And then some candy pages documenting all our favorite candy. I saw this idea, Crystal did this idea, and since I already had this 2x2 pocket page prepped, I knew I could use it and it would be perfect to collect the wrappers. And actually the day after Halloween, my daughter gave me this and she's like, do you need this for your candy collection? So this was my last one and I love it. She saved it for me and it's so sweet. So I had to include that one. The next one is kind of an homage, is that the right word? Homage to Wednesday Addams. I just love her and her tough, no-nonsense attitude. I cut out some frames and then just worked the frames into the design. On the back is my daughter posing with her new Grim Reaper blow up, and then some photos of her in the yard. This is another currently page. I used a selfie I took of myself and then some of the Everyday Explorers prompts and just answered them. And then I put right now and just layered a few strips so the right now wouldn't be just floating on that card. Boo, who you gonna call? And it's a greeting card that I turned into a little story holder for Ghostbusters. This one is the books that I read. Once again, I saw this idea from an Instagram friend, Annette, I believe, but ER Creates on Instagram. And she used a stamp set that has frames, but I don't have that stamp set, so I used pattern play and made my own frames and just used my X-Acto knife to cut out all the frames of the spooky books that I read. And then I just made a pocket to put them in. 2 filler pages again, because I really wanted to use this paper that I made because I absolutely love how it came out, but I wasn't finding a spot to use it, and so I just decided 2 filler pages. See, this is what I mean. This album's a lot of filler pages and a lot of fun, different ideas that I wanted to try out. I wanted to balance out the album and add in another fall story, and so My Kids in the Fort was the perfect way to do that. And I just did a flip up for the story and just added in all the fall colors and also a little 3x4 card. This is just a very simple collage of the rest of the shows and movies that we went to see for the season. This one I did for Jenny and ScrappinHappyStudio. She came out with a really cute kit. It's actually called Spooky Cute, and I made this project for her, like I said, but it was perfect because we went to see a house all decked out with lights, and so I just extended the photo across and made lots of fun clusters. On the back is us watching this particular show, which was really cute, and I forced my family to take a selfie. So this is the 30th. My daughter and I had a little party, so I just kept it very simple. A large photo matted on top of some Traci Reed paper, and then a photo of my daughter and her friend. I just put a large trick or treat yourself that I found just to fill that spot. And then, again, my daughter came home with an amazing drawing. This one. It's like a graveyard zombie, the hands coming up, and then there's some ghosts. So I just added Boo, and I used this as my starter for Halloween. So my son took pictures of me in our redwoods, and then he was willing to take some selfies, and so I, of course, had to include those. So I love these priceless photos and cut out some pieces and added some ghosts. Okay, and then so the back of the drawing, I put a piece of white paper and I literally dumped the entire kitchen sink worth of supplies on here. I had a lot of fun making this. I used my Featurecraft stamps up here, the Ghost or Everyday Explorers. I used some Colorcast Designs there and just had a lot of fun making this page. My daughter decided this year that she wanted to trick-or-treat with Dad, so I only got one photo of her, which is fine, but I did a 4x6. And then I did my son. My son was a referee and then at the last minute decided to wear my pink wig, and it was perfect. It was like the best costume ever. So that's in the middle. And then if I can get this out and show you the whole spread. So this is the whole spread. I just used a lot of pinks and blacks and grays and oranges. Had a lot of fun. And then I put October 31st over here. Forgot to do the spookiness rating, but I'll do that later. And this was a card that I pre-prepped, cut it down to the size that I needed, and I had one ghost left over. So I put that there. So yeah, a lot of fun making this album. I might put a photo of my kids looking at their candy. Maybe, maybe not. I haven't decided. But there you go. That is the whopper of an album, October Daily. Again, I appreciate you guys watching all the process videos, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this full walkthrough. I know it was a long one, but I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much, and I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you want to keep seeing my videos. Okay, bye.